Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot, and I'm using the Light Seers Tarot, and I'm going to look into Tiger Woods. I want to know what was going on. It's like, dear Tiger, why the accident? What happened? What's going on? And I'm also going to look at past, present, and future for him. Okay, so Tiger. So the force is in motion. Okay, some setback, maybe financially, with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. His challenge, Six of Swords reversed. So he was having a really hard time. I think emotionally something was going on. Okay, now up here I'm going to do three cards. Make sure I can fit everything in here. Three cards for the past. What was happening? Okay, so we have the Emperor. This may have been an issue with his father, or as him as a father. Oh, and then we have the Hierophant reversed. So there's a little bit of rebellion, against the status quo and the rules. Okay, one more card for the past. Yeah, and something about not being able to surrender. Something was going on. So, all right, let's keep going. I hope I can fit. So now I'm going to focus into presently. Presently, how's he doing presently? And today is Wednesday the 24th, Wednesday, February 24th. Okay, presently. Okay, yeah, well, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Yay! I love seeing Archangel Michael there. Okay, and this is actually pretty good too. Okay, I'll dive in and let you know what's going on there. Now, 4 cards for the future. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, good. Hope these fit. Oh yeah, good. Yay! Oh, I love it when they all fit, just like I planned. So it's always a bit of a challenge. Oh, and I want to give you guys a heads up. I want to say shout out to Maya's Tarot. I watch her all the time, but it's so funny. Like, we're kind of in sync because I'll think of doing a reading and then I'll be checking something else on YouTube, to keep up with you guys' comments or something, and it'll pop up. I'll get my notification that she just uploaded a video on the same thing I was thinking of, and then I go into that place of, oh crap, I can't watch it because it'll influence me, But so I often, what I do is just like the videos when I see them pop up, and then I go back and watch them later, and that's the case with Tigers. So she has one in there for Tiger Woods already. So it's Maya's. It's MAIJA, Maya's Tarot, or it might be Maya. I'm not sure if there's the apostrophe S in there or not. But anyway, hi Maya. So everyone, subscribe and watch her videos. She uploads almost daily, and she covers a very wide range of topics. Okay, so here we are with this area here. Like, let's let go. Don't look over here right now, but let's focus on these 5 cards because this is all about the past. So, like I said, with the Ace of Pentacles, I get the feeling that it could be that he's been having financial problems, maybe, or he was worried about money. It could be that he had an investment in the past that didn't pan out, or it's not panning out, or he was worried about, missing an opportunity. Something was weighing over him, something. You can see the Oh, let's do it this way. You've got an opportunity coming from the earthly realm, from materials and resources when it's straight up. And you can see it, like there's the hand and it's offering. But when it's reversed, there's some tamping down of that opportunity. You can see the image clearly. It's like, oh shoot, maybe I should hold on to my money, or maybe it's already gone and there's an issue there. So there's something about either money he's had to pay out, like a bad debt type of thing, or just a debt, or something, something that has been bothering him. It could even be sometimes it's that somebody stole something, so maybe someone stole something from him, but it's definitely about, financial and other types of material and resources, issues and losses. There's some instability with this card when it's reversed. There's also something going on where actions in the outer world are not very practical. Like that's what was happening. So we're seeing the why of the accident, right? And other issues too. Now with the Six of Swords reversed, that has us in like maybe a travel situation that went bad. Maybe he was traveling, of course it happened in Rancho Palos Verdes, and I know that area well. I lived there. That's where I did all my personal training when I went out on my own, no longer in a partnership. And so I lived in that area for 4.5 years, and I know that road. I know Hawthorne Boulevard very well, and it's an area where he had the accident. Of course, is where a lot of accidents happen. It's unless you're going uphill, if you're heading north, it's very challenging. But then there are winds, winding. It's like a winding road. So anyway, I think this could have been his traveling, trying to get somewhere, and because it happened early in the morning, not super early, but I think it was like 7. They estimated it happened at like 7:10 in the morning, 7:10 or 12, something like that. Oh, the poor guy, he sat there by himself for 10 whole minutes. That must have just been excruciating. But okay, so. But again, back to the Six of Swords here. This has to do with being overwhelmed. It also has to do with, again, instability. So this was the challenge. So the challenge truly was, I think he was financially and physically completely overwhelmed. And this caused a travel issue. It's like you don't get in the car when you're totally stressed out and just go. But for some reason or another, maybe he thought he had to. Or maybe there was, let's see, we're looking to clues up here. We have the Emperor, so maybe he was trying to get to one of his kids. Although they did say that when when they asked him who to call, he just asked to have him call his team, and he didn't say call the family. So. Or maybe he knew that the team would get a hold of his family, so there's that possibility. Maybe he thought he just had one phone call. I don't know. But anyway, regardless, these 3 cards here are talking about the past. So this, like I said before, can be an issue with his own parenting, and he was worried about that. This could be like alimony type of situation here that has been overwhelming. I don't know anything about that. Only thing I did learn was that he's had 5 back surgeries, and he's had knee injuries that have been really bad. So I guess the knee injury was more recently. But so, we're talking about, again, there's that instability here. He's been trying to find new stability in his life through his spine, through his back. Oh, goodness. Boy, I certainly can relate to that. Without having any accidents, I can relate to that. So with the Emperor here again, like I said, you know, we're definitely we're in the realm of fatherhood. So this would be anything and everything to do with his relationship with his father, and we know that it was challenging. And it would also have to do with his relationship with his child or children. I didn't even look to see like how many kids he has, or if he just has the one. I think daughter. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. You guys are going to have to drop it in the comments and fill me in, because I didn't stop and look. You know, I didn't really feel the need to. I was more concerned about, you know, his soul and what's going on there. But anyway, this has everything to do, the Emperor has everything to do with our, you know, our leadership and being in our authority, and again, having stability and being protected. So in the past, maybe he wasn't feeling protected. Maybe this is too much, maybe there's been too much to bear on his back and his shoulders, and is weighing on his mind, on his head, because it's ruled by Aries. So, and then we have more clues here, because we have, you know, the Hierophant reversed. And that has us in the area of, you know, being open to something new coming through, and maybe even, you know, trying to invent something new, because you're busting the rules. But it also, you know, because I always look at this card, especially with this deck, is like, yeah, this guy's laughing because he knows that his true authority lives within. It's not, you don't have to go to the Pope, you don't have to go to a priest, you don't have to go anywhere. You find your own spiritual essence within. And yeah, of course you can have a wise guide, of course you can have a priest, you know, we love them all, but they're not your source. You are your source. You are your connection. You are the connection to your source. The middleman should be encouraging you in that direction. So when it's reversed, I don't know if he got that. I think he, you know, he may have been struggling with that that very issue. And again, on another level, like I said before, this is a rebellion card. When it comes to reverse, you know, there's a disharmony, there's rebellion, and for good reason usually. It can also be sometimes whoever the supposed to be the, you know, the wise guide is, it can be somebody giving him bad advice. So that's interesting. So just to put it, you know, into context here, there's a simple message, which is his father was giving him bad advice. So that's interesting. Now, with the Hanged Man reversed, because again, remember, these are just all the past, I get the feeling that he was feeling humiliated, or somebody deceived him. It's very possible there was, and we may never know this, you know, because things like these, personal issues like this, very often don't come out in the news. But, you know, Tiger, if you ever see this video, just know that I'm giving this reading with the highest levels of love and compassion, and there's absolutely no judgment. That's, you know, that's not how I roll. Unless you're corrupt like Donald Trump, then I'm gonna be there. But not for this guy. So this could be like, imagine, like, what if this is his dad that gave him some bad advice and he was deceived, and it cost him tremendously, because, you know, he's been the moneymaker in the family. I mean, I don't know that his dad was really successfully financially. I don't know, or successful financially. I don't know that. But there's overwhelming, you know, he's overwhelmed with money issues. And it's either because of him being a dad, or his father, what his father's done to him. And there's been some bad advice, and he is definitely, he's feeling humiliated. It's like that place of, what if I can't pay my bills? What if I can't keep my house? What if I can't take care of my child? What if or children? I don't know. You know, family. Like, what if? This is what was going on when he had the accident. I can feel it. I can feel my third chakra going, ah! You know, like, what do I do? You know, like a place where your power goes backwards and, you know, like imploding instead of relaxing and trying to think of another way. And I think he was trying to find another way as well in the midst of all this instability. Okay, so now let's focus on these 4 cards here because they'll show us the present. So presently, yes, he's immobile. You know, with the Chariot reversed, he's not giving. You know, he's having to give up. He's not going anywhere. He's got a major. Again, we've got the instability here, and he's got a major conflict going on, a major inner conflict about where does he go in his life. But he also has patience and tolerance and protection. He has protection and he's open. These 2 cards here together, you know, from the past and then into the present, because they kind of meld together. We're looking at healing. We're looking at deep, deep inner healing. And he's going to have to be, you know, very patient with himself, but he's got all types of guardian angels and guides around him, and I believe Archangel Michael himself, because that's who rules this card. I'm really happy to see that. And then also presently, with the Judgment reversed, well, you know, this is like the skeletons coming out of the closet. He's feeling down. He is afraid of the humiliation. He's afraid. But, you know, I would say let's just keep him in our prayers and send him lots of healing light, and that it's okay. Healing light and love, and that it's okay to be utterly, absolutely human. There's nothing wrong with it. Maybe he was speeding, you know, although I didn't, because these cards being the past, if I would have gotten the Chariot straight up over here, I would say, yeah, he was probably speeding, because it's easy to do in that area. You know, the cops can't hide very easily on Hawthorne in that area, so I mean, I remember that. But because we didn't have the Chariot straight up over here, because this is the travel card, this is the vehicle card in the tarot. Because this didn't show up over here, I mean, I could be wrong. We'll find out later, but I don't know that he was speeding, or if he wasn't speeding much. But something happened because he went over the divider and hit a tree on the other side. So, yeah, so he could be worried about something coming out from the past, but he's definitely grieving the past. I mean, he's moving on. He's finding peace within. This is a card of healing. This is definitely a card of healing. And, you know, hope, renewal, you know, coming back in emotionally. So maybe it's very possible, by looking at these cards, that he was in an emotional place and he was kind of processing, which, you know, makes you not completely present. Yeah, I don't know. You guys that know tarot, let me know if you see it in the cards, but I'm not really seeing that he fell asleep. I think if anything, it would have been more of like distracted driving, like answering the phone or a text or something, or trying to navigate, you know, where he's going. Something like that. I mean, all these questions might be answered later on, and we'll see. And my intention was more to understand what was going on in his soul, so I might if I have time, I might add the Lenormand into this and see if we can get some more specific details about what happened. But there's healing happening. So I like that. I like seeing that. Let me see if there's anything more in this Judgment reversed. Well, you know, it's a card of regret when it's reversed. So he's, you know, he's feeling down on himself. He's feeling humiliated and down on himself. And, you know, he's just, yeah, I think he's just regretting, and he's in some self-doubt. And that's okay, but healing is coming and hope is returning. Healing is happening. Okay, so for the future, with the Six of Cups reversed, he's going to be working on healing the issue if he has any issues with his child or his children. Again, I don't know which. And healing his childhood. Now, yeah, because these cards really go well together. So I like that. I like seeing that. No matter how painful, because that's the deal. We all have to remember that we're here to heal. We come in every lifetime. Earth is a school. And we come in every lifetime with a piece of, you know, soul substance, a soul split that needs to be healed. You know, our work is to bring all these parts back to dissolve, you know, the painful past. I talk about that almost daily in my spiritual growth videos, which hardly anybody watches compared to these types. Kind of scares me when I think about that. But yeah, but this is a perfect example of the fact that we can't just keep moving forward without doing the healing work. And, you know, I think he's going to get that message, or he's already getting it. Well, this is the future, but I don't know how far out into the future. But maybe, because we have the King of Pentacles here, maybe he'll be a leader in the future that will help, like, let's say, the sports community or any other community, just to help all of us. He might be a role model for healing the painful past. Like, maybe he'll write a book. You know, maybe he'll go on tour and speak about things like that, and help us understand, like, what was going on for him. You know, it takes a long time to get from here to here. But I think if we just look at healing financial issues, healing the place where he couldn't, you know, he needed to get to the stable, sustainable place in his life, and he wasn't. So it's almost like he created this accident, you know, unconsciously, to help him stop and have the downtime and get the pressure off of his back, and to, you know, just to change his life. You know, this may be a big gift that he's bringing to us, which it's heartbreaking that it has to happen the hard way. But no matter what, our souls will heal. That's why we're here. Our spirits get us into these incarnations so that our souls can heal. Our spirits are already alive and well, completely whole and brilliant inside of us, but then we have all this soul substance that is distorted. So we have to heal all those places. And oftentimes, it happens through the physical body. Because if you're not going to do the work consciously, you know, intently, if you're not going to intend to do the work, you know, on a daily basis until you come completely back home to yourself, then it's going to happen the hard way. You know, it's like a Pluto transit. You're going to get there kicking and screaming and bloody, or you're going to get there through the transformational route. Well, you're gonna get there anyway, transformationally, but you're going to get there the nice way, or the easier way with less suffering, or you're going to get there the hard way. But we're all going to get there. Oh, my goodness. So, okay, with the Queen of Pentacles here, well, because, because it's reversed, this feels like in the future, he's going to have trouble with worrying. We have the Queen and the King. So I think that he's in the future, I think he's going to be worried about his maybe alimony with his ex-wife, or whatever, arrangement is there. And I don't even know if maybe he remarried. I don't know anything about his personal life. But we just have to remember that, we can hold space for him by sending him lots of healing love to heal his childhood, and to help him get out of the place where he worries about things that are maybe no longer for him to, best for him to worry about, and maybe people who've been dependent on him. Maybe he's going to be having to release some of that dependence. Now, on another level, even though I don't have the Three of Cups reversed here, I kind of now I have a wondering if maybe he's going to have, because when somebody's had that many surgeries, there is a possibility of some drug dependence on painkillers. So I kind of wonder about that. Then with this Four of Pentacles, let's see. Yeah, because this is about dependency. This is about the past. And maybe the past kind of rearing up. Because this can be stuck in the past. And these are the cards for the future. So he could get stuck back in some painful childhood wounding. But it's also a card of being independent, emotionally independent. And I don't know if these are, it could be that there were like dependent, codependent dynamics going on where he was the breadwinner and people are dependent on him, of course. And he's going to free himself in the future from that. I really hope that that's what it is, that there's going to be some reconciliation there, from the past into the future. It's weird to have a card that's about the past, but it's in the future. So he's going to be revisiting the past to heal any dependence on anything that's not, that's no longer a burden for him to carry. And then this Four of Pentacles reversed, well, this has him releasing the past. This has him accepting the past. And yeah, it's a card of, financial loss. But if it brings healing, I think it eventually, because we could look at this card as being, the end result here, because it's the last card. And this would be where he has that place inside where he knows he can recreate tremendous abundance. Because this card is the epitome of abundance and being the, provider and achieving new goals and moving forward in, in a very, very physically tangible way that is extremely stable. I always look at this card and think, sustainability, long-term sustainability, foreseeing the future. Yeah. So I like seeing that for the future, for, to end the reading there. So let me see, do I have... yeah, I've got a little bit of time. Let me pause this, drop the camera down, and use the Lenormand. The cards are so small, you won't be able to see them unless I drop the camera down. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to use this maybe Lenormand to dive into what happened in the past. I may do another spread on the future, but let's see what happened. Get some more details about, you know, why the accident. Okay. Okay. So we have the sun, the house, the ship, the bear. Oh boy. Okay. You guys, he may have been either hungover from the night before or, you know, on some type of a substance because of this card. We have this card here. Or he was in a hurry to get to some type of an event where there would be partying. But anyway, on another level, you know, because we're looking at just physical here pretty much. Well, we can look at spiritual too, but that's not really where my focus was. The sun may have been in his eyes terribly. Yeah, because Hawthorne Boulevard does go north and south, but the bends, it's the bends, you know, and you've got mountains that kind of give you shade every once in a while, and then you'll have this blaring, you know, bright sun come through. Yeah, that's very possible. But anyway, what was going on in the past is either the sun was in his eyes, or this could be both, that something was revealed about something at home or with his family, like the foundation of his family. And there was something to do with travel. Yeah, you know, this kind of, we had those cards in the tarot. Some travel problems, or some travel issues because something was going wrong. Travel plans that went wrong. It could have been, you know, something to do with a woman who was supposed to go with him, or this could be his ex-wife, or this could be, I don't even know if he's married now. I'm sorry, I just, I'll have to look. I'll look later, and then it'll all make sense. But something was wrong, or somebody was deceiving him, or somebody had a hidden agenda and was manipulating him, and he was like figuring that out, you know, as he was driving, because all this would have been happening while he was in motion in the car traveling. This, you know, the ship is a card of travel also. Now, on another level, what if something malfunctioned in his car? That may have happened. And then then the sun card knighting over here to the fox, well, it'll be revealed. We'll find out. Because we've got the clouds over here too, knighting up here to the ship. Okay, so now I'm feeling like, let's just look at this card as being his vehicle. Something went wrong. So either, you know, operator error or something with the vehicle itself. These two cards together could make me wonder, like, was he smoking something? I don't know. I mean, the guy seems like way too much of very healthy, you know, person who works out, and, you know, he doesn't seem like a smoker to me. But this is a card of smoking. But it's also a card of being detached. So this is why the accident happened and what was going on. He was detached from the fact that he was driving and moving through time and space at however many miles an hour he was traveling. And there was some emotional undercurrent that was going on that had him distracted. This card could just be distracted driving. That very well may be what I'm seeing here. And the key card next to it tells me yes, distracted. But he was distracted about something going on at home and the foundation of his life. And we've got the card here about money, power, and protection. And here's a woman. So maybe a woman called him and said, "Oh my gosh, I need help or something. Or I don't know what to do." And maybe he was distracted driving because of that, because the woman from home called him. And even though I don't have the birds card here to indicate, phone call coming in, but if she didn't call him, then he left. Maybe he lives up there and he was leaving the house and had this person on his mind, or this issue on his mind. I don't have the child card here, so I don't think he was worried about kids or his child if he just has the one. But there is this distraction, and then this card up here, though, it does make me wonder, because it's the primary card that has to do with drinking and partying and drinking and partying, or some other method of self-medication. So we'll have to wait and see about that. So let me I shuffled this other little deck to let's see how his future healing, how it's going to go for him, because the Lenormand it's such a wonderful deck for looking at the specific nuts and bolts about life. So how is his healing going to go? How's it going to be for him? And this is the Mondnacht, or Mondnacht, I can never say it, I can never pronounce it right. It's German for I don't know, something like under the moon or the light of the moon, something like that. You can find it on Etsy. It's M-O-N-D, hold on, where's it? Let me find the little book here. There we go. If you like it. The images are gorgeous. But if you order it, it'll take you a couple weeks to get it. A couple weeks, when I say a couple months. Okay, so 5 more cards about his healing journey, that whole process. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of testing that continues to happen over and over. The book card has to do with it's unknown right now. It's unknown. And then coupled with the ring, this column here is the theme. This has to do with his commitment and his alliances and his help, his support, people committed to helping him. And what we're seeing here mirroring on the ends is that it's going to take a long time. With the tree card is health, it's our health, but it's also, imagine how long it takes to bloom and blossom and grow into a full-blown, huge tree. So it's often the card that shows that something's going to take a long time. And he's going to be, because of the coffin card here, he's going to be, immobile. He's going to be like down in, it's in bed rest. It eventually, this is a painful transformation, but eventually he'll get to it. But it's gonna end the I think the life that he had before. I think he's gonna have a whole new life getting through this. And I see repeated surgery. The scythe is, surgeries. Repeated surgeries on his leg. So I think he'll just be immobile with repeated surgeries. It's unknown, but he's very committed and he's strong. I think he has the inner strength to get through it. And I think he's also going to have the public, the public support to get through the hard times. Oh, goodness. But this is also a card of, confusion and sadness and uncertainty. And so, because it knights over here to the whip card. Well, the whip has to do also, this would be like rehabilitation, because this is working out. This is a card of working out. So it's going to be uncertain for a while, like how much he can work out, and it's uncertain as to maybe even how many surgeries to get him back to the place he needs to be more mobile. Maybe what I'm seeing here is more like currently and then moving into the future. And maybe, this is just currently that it's going to take a long time and a lot of bed rest and a lot, on surgery. And then eventually, what is this garden card about, though? Because it's a card of interactions. It's a card of networking and connections. Everything to do with the public. Maybe he will write a book. Maybe he'll end up writing a book about his process. I would love to see that. But yeah, maybe it's he'll have I think he'll have a network of people to support him on whatever, because this is a crossroads card, but these are choices. Whatever choices he has that he wants to make in the future. And he'll have that support, solid support there. So this is a card of, he's at a crossroads. He's at a crossroads in his goals. So this is one of those perfect examples where I cannot say what the future is completely because it's still unknown. He's still thinking about it. He's still contemplating. He's got a lot of time to make the new choices. But this does look to me like the choices for new goals. Is again, it's a perfect example of our divine right to a free will, which changes the future. So I can't really go too far into the future. But we do have a goal here. It can be being very grounded and kind of stuck. So I think he's, the poor guy, I think he's going to go through tons of rehabilitation, and it's unknown at this time. Yeah. But he's going to have lots of love and commitment and support at every step of the way, whichever way he decides to go, every step of the way. This is also a card of, because it's a crossroads, of a turning point. To greater stability. And this would go along with that. Remember, we had the King of Pentacles down here in the Tarot. Yeah. So, okay, well, that's all I have. Thanks, you guys, for hanging in there with me, and let's just keep them in our prayers. Okay, thanks. Bye.